shouldn't be the a lot of news from New Zealand comes to America. I hear a lot of news from New Zealand that comes to here. Like when this politician from their parliament tore up a bill they were gonna try to sign into law, and she did the haka. Okay, but New Zealand's getting so woke now, and my grandmother's probably turning around in her grave. But you know, oh, we can talk about that too, Carrie. We have spoke about that. Don't waver on your beliefs. It's a beautiful country. To me, it's heaven on earth. I guess I'm biased because my grandmother was born in New Zealand. Okay. Uh, Lord of the Rings was filmed there. But now, oh, we can talk about that too. That day, I go on my rants with that. But, yeah, New Zealand is becoming woke. You know, they call the white people coloners. Well, whatever happens to the UK happens here. Look what's going on with, you know, if people post something on Facebook or YouTube, whatever, they get jailed. I'm proud of my Kiwi heritage. You know what I mean? I'm proud of it. And well, you can't see it right now. I thought I had my, oh my God. Why can't, what? Here I'm looking in the camera and talking to you guys, and I just found out that for some reason or another, that crap. I guess that's why I got something like that. Because it looked somewhat Maori. And that was back in the 90s, the early 90s. I was a trendsetter because many women back then didn't have tattoos on their arm. But anyway. Well, Peter Jackson's from New Zealand. You know, but here I'm talking, you know, to you guys, you know, while we're looking at this Facebook post, and I don't know what's going on with my camera on this scene. One thing, all right, I want to hear this real quick. Stranger things have happened. But you should be proud of that. You know what I mean? All right, let's look at this real quick.
Across the country. A recent spate of drownings across the country.
A New Zealand woman made history on Christmas Day, becoming the first person with a Maori face tattoo to anchor a primetime newscast.
A remarkable act of generosity.
Orini Kaipara has been a journalist for almost 20 years, focusing on issues of the country's indigenous Maori people. In 2019, she chose to get a mokokowai, a traditional face tattoo for Maori women. That's when she became the first person with such a tattoo to anchor a mainstream television program. Tamoko is a practice that started to disappear after the colonization of New Zealand in the 1800s. But since the 1980s, there have been initiatives to revive the Maori culture. The tattoos are very personal and represent a person's identity, heritage, and social status. Kaipara has said that she is committed to restoring Maori traditions and preserving the language. She says having a presence on mainstream media is not only groundbreaking for her culture, but for all people of color. For Inside Edition Digital, I'm Mara Montalbano.
Can you hear me now? Whoa, jeez, scared the hell out of me. What the? He just wave hi, everybody. No, wave. He scared the hell out of me. Thanks, guys. Can you hear me now? Do you hear an echo? Jim says he hears an echo and it's not. Thank you. And did you see the way I jumped? I was gonna say, Carrie, I'd rather have the Maori people here from New Zealand than Islamic. You know what I'm saying when it comes to that. And it's getting worse. Yeah, and it's getting worse. They've been infiltrating us, okay, for a while. Okay? I got Jim a video years ago. Okay? I forget what the video's called. But it was about Islamic countries infiltrating the U.S. and our government. This was years ago, back in 2016, 2017. Okay? It was a president, right? I watched it with him. It's gotten a whole hell of a lot worse. Okay? Look what's happening in New York. New York is cooked. New Jersey's cooked. Virginia has a Islamic lieutenant governor, okay? I should get a gavel, right? He said, Your Honor, I agree. I should get a gavel. And just bam. You know, guys, I speak truth. I'm very passionate about it. And a lot of people don't want to hear the truth. Okay? Yeah. Even in the prison system here, because of freedom of religion, the prison system has to go by their religious diet. Okay? I can talk about that too. There's people in prison that make up these certain religions saying, oh, we have to smoke pot every day, 3 times a day, because it's a part of our religion. And do you know they have to go by that? Because freedom of religion. Because if they don't accept their religion in a prison, or what, even though it's made up, these prisoners can go to the Supreme Court and sue them. Is that bullshit? I'm just saying. Do you hear, Carrie, do you hear when they do the prayer horn? The prayer calls? It's... I watch him too. He did put something up. Wait, what? And maybe that's a good thing, right, Gary? We live in now. I live in Hickville, Oklahoma, right? Like, I'm out in the sticks, the boondocks and whatever. And you know what? It's heaven. It sucks when I can't get takeout, like, from a Chinese place or Domino's or whatever. But you know what? Oh, well. Oh, God. He doesn't live in... Recently, his father died. About 2-3 weeks ago, or whatever. I didn't know that. High five there, girlfriend. Bam! Yeah. Or I'm a hot hick chick lost in the corn sticks.